Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So let's get right into it and start with the Christmas tree gnome. I haven't made an actual gnome yet, so I've decided I wanted to do, I've seen a few out there using the little Christmas trees. So I was able to find the Christmas trees at my local Dollar Tree. So for the boots, I actually thought these are just the hanging ornaments from Dollar Tree, and I thought they'd be really cute as boots for the tree. Now, I'm gonna modify them a little bit. I'm gonna pull these off. They're just easy enough. You can always keep them if you ever, I always keep stuff that I pull off other crafts or things and keep them just in case. Even the Merry Christmas, I'm deciding I don't want to keep on there. I just want them plain. I don't like it being too busy. So, oh, well, this one broke. But I want to change it up. So I'm just going to pull those off. Now, they are underneath. They're not the sturdiest, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So the first thing we do is we pulled those off. Now I want to change the top part of the boot itself. Now this is from Dollarama. What I'm going to do is wrap it. I already did one. I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to wrap it around, and I'm just going to keep going around because I want it a little bit more fluffier, but that's just me. You don't have to do this. So I'm going to do it like that. And I'm just going to show you. Now, if you don't have a Dollarama near you, to all my American friends, they actually have this faux, well, it says fake muffler. Like, I guess it's just like a neck warmer, or I don't know if you put it on your head, but it is from Dollar Tree. So you could actually just cut pieces out like that as well if you just want to put some of this fur around it. That's just an option, or you cannot do it all together. So once I did one already. So I just liked it. It just had a nicer, cleaner, I don't know, just really fuzzy and cute, a little bit more expensive looking. The next thing we're gonna do, I'm just gonna grab. Now I did use mini Jenga blocks, and 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. I used 32 of just the Dollar Tree Jenga blocks, 32 altogether, in rows of 8 by 4, and I painted it black. Now the reason being, I want to put these boots on that it's a little bit more solid, so I can glue them together and I can glue them down. So I still have to do that boot. But how we're gonna keep, I want to put a little bit of weight in them as well. So I just have some river stones here. And we're just gonna put some river stones. So it, as you can tell, it gives it a little bit of weight. Plus I'm gonna glue it down. All right, so after these are glued down, I'm gonna do the other one off camera. We're gonna use just some floral form. Now, I don't know how big these are, so I don't have my knife on me. I'm going to cut pieces of the flower form, and stick them in there as well as soon as I have the rocks. Now I am going to glue them down with some, I would say hot glue, but I like hot glue for little things and not something like this, especially if it's going to hold the weight of what we're putting in it. I'm going to use my Well Bond glue, and I'm just going to glue it right onto the Jenga blocks, right side by side, and stick a little piece, and then I'm just going to use my clamps and glue them on like that so they stay nice and straight and very solid on the board. So let me get the other boot done. I'm gonna put the rocks in, I'm gonna put some flower forms, then we'll move on to the next step. All right, well, the boots are drying on the Jenga block board. So I have this scarf that I used for the reindeer that I just cut a piece out for my Jenga block reindeer. So I'm just gonna use, I like buffalo plaid, the red and black. So I'm gonna use this for the hat on the gnome. So since I have a square cutout, and honestly, if I do it like this. I mean, you could do socks if you have the bigs, but I just don't think that opening's gonna be wide enough. So the part that I cut out, as you can see here, I'm just gonna flip it, and I'm actually just gonna glue it. And I'm just gonna use hot glue. You could sew it. I'm not a sewer at all. I do sew little pieces here and there, but I'm just actually just gonna hot glue this part here. So I'm gonna glue it like this. Once I have it glued, I'm not gonna go all the way up because we're gonna use another piece for another part of the gnome. Then we're just gonna fold it over, and however long you want the hat, I'm just gonna eyeball it. So once you fold it over, once you have that glued on, now depending how long you want the gnome hat for, you're just gonna cut it on an angle, pointed, and glue that part as well. So let me do that, and then I'm gonna show you, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so I just wanted to show you. So as you can see, the one spot here where I glued it and then I just flipped it over. Then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna turn it inside out. If you have the problem with the point, you can just stick something blunt up there just to stick out the corner, the top part of the hat. And there you have the, let's see, I'll move this out of the way. You have the hat. Now on the end, I haven't decided if I'm gonna put a Christmas ball or I have some bells. I haven't decided what I'm going to put on it. I might do the white just so it pops out more, but I'll probably stick more with the red. So that's for the hat. And the next thing we're gonna do, so I still had material over. You can see how much material I still had from the scarf, even though I used it on the reindeer. So I have double-sided here. What we're gonna do is I just eyeballed it. So I just cut in the shape of a mitt, and I'm just gonna redo the same pattern over here, cut another set out, another hand I should say, and I'm just gonna glue it like such all the way around like I did the hat, and then we'll have the hat and the mitts. All right, so I just wanted to show you, so as you can see, I'm grabbing the boots and they are stable, they're not moving. I have the rocks in the bottom of them, and I just cut to size the flower form. So the next thing that we're wanting to do, oh, I just wanted to show you the little midi. So I just pulled it out. So there's two little mitts that I made, and it will go on with the hat once we get to that. I will show you that at the final end. So you're gonna need 2 of these Dollar Tree Christmas trees. These you don't need, but I'm just gonna keep them. You never know what craft project you might wanna use them for in the next one. You never know. I always keep little stuff like that. So you're gonna wanna fluff the tree all like facing down. I'm just gonna show you. We're gonna use 2 of them, 1 in each boot. So I'm just gonna show you. So I kind of fluffed it down like this. And I'm gonna do the same one, and then you're just gonna poke them down inside the boot on each one. So I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna play around with it off camera, and I'm gonna put the little hats and the mitts, and I'm gonna show you the nose after when I do the finished product. And then once I show you the finished product, we're gonna move on to the next craft. All right, I just wanted to show you the finished product before we start on to the next craft. So all I did for the nose, I didn't have any wood beads or anything like that. Oh, I got some hot glue. I just took one of those Easter eggs that you get at Easter, obviously, and I just cut it in half, just a little bit more than half, and I just used a Dollar Tree paint on it and glued it right on the fur. Now the fur, his beard, I wasn't going to put a beard, I was going to paint it white, just some of the leaves, but I decided I really wanted a beard on it. So I just used some Dollarama. You can use any kind of fun fur, and I just had it on a roll, and I just glued 2 pieces together and I just made it more narrow to put there. The mitts and the hat, I actually just had some stuffing from a pillow that I bought at the dollar store, and I just put some stuffing in there. I did put the little red bell on it and put the little mitts. And on the bottom part here, I just added some Dollar Tree fake snow with a little bit of glue. He is solid and will not fall over. I just thought he turned out really cute. Let me know what you guys think of him in the comments. This is my first gnome I've made. And so let me just change the camera's position and we will start on the next craft. All right, now that I switched the camera, so what we're gonna do, and I've seen a few crafters do it just with some cards or some paper bags. I've seen a couple posts of the light up gift bags on canvases. You can do this one on canvas. It's really up to you. I'm just gonna do something a little bit different. So I'm not sure if I bought these boxes from Dollar Tree, these gift boxes. I'm not sure if I bought it this year or last year. I'm a red truck fan, so I'm not sure if I bought them this year or that last year. Like I said, I did find them in my supplies when I was looking for something. Now you can use a canvas, but I'm going to use this wood board I got at Dollarama. You really can use what your preference is or what you could find. So I'm going to take this part of now the ones I've seen were done with the actual gift bags, which are a lot thinner, and I'm going to show you something. Let me just see if I can find it here. The ones with the gift bags seem a lot easier. This one's really cool too. I'm going to show you a couple different ones that I've seen. Now with this gift bag, I wonder if you can see it here. I don't know if you have to actually puncture the hole, but I'm just going to show you light underneath. And this side's already cut out because I was trying to do something. But you can see when you put it through with the gift bag, it's a lot easier to see than actually doing a hole. I'm actually going to do a hole on the gift box because you cannot see it underneath. Now, the good thing about when you look for a canvas or whatever you want to do, make sure there's a lip. The lights I'm going to use are these ones, very thin. So if I had a thinner canvas or, you know, this would work a lot better on it. Now, these lights I got are just from Amazon. I think I got them like last spring, and 10 of them, a pack of 10 were $20 on Amazon. And I really love them because I've done them with some Chanel products, actually through a canvas. I did the light up one, if you haven't seen that one. And they just are super bright and I really love them. So, and super inexpensive, as if you want to use, let me see if I can find one. The problem is, if depending on the size of your board, and now I can't find it, the battery operated ones are thicker, so this would work, but if you use a thinner canvas, it won't work because unless you put it on top. But I like to hide things when you see them. So the first step, and I already stained this. I had this stain from before. I was going to use this for another craft, but I'm going to just use it for this one. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to cut out this part of the box depending on your size. So I'm not going to give any measurements because it depends on what you're putting it on. And at the same time, I'm going to cut this a little bit smaller on the top and on the bottom so it will fit my canvas. So let me do that and we'll come back. All right, so I end up cutting it out and taking this side. So it is a little bit smaller than the frame, and that's perfect what I want to do. And so the next step, we're just going to take some Mod Podge. We're going to put it all on here and we're going to flatten it out. You might want to use a credit card or you might want to use a ruler so there is no air bubbles when you put it down. Once you have it glued down and it's nice and flat, Then I want you to do another coat of Mod Podge over top of that. And then I want to let it dry overnight. So then I will come back tomorrow and we'll move on to the next step. All right, so I let it sit overnight. I did play around on the other side. So what you're gonna need, Dollar Tree has the sandpaper. I found the black one a little bit too harsh. They have the yellow paper in there. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna lightly sand the corner. Well, not lightly, but you just gotta be careful you don't rip off the paper. And you're just gonna have to put a little bit of elbow grease, if you know what I mean. And I'm just gonna show you the other side. It just has like more of a worn, authentic look on the sides. Now, I did show you that I used the Mod Podge, the gloss one. I didn't like the sheen on it, so I'm just gonna go over it with the matted Mod Podge, which will give her more of a matte look, which I think will be better. So I'm gonna finish the other side and then we're gonna move on to the next step. All right, so I put 2 coats of the matte Mod Podge on it and I like it much better. So if you can't find, you can also use a canvas, like I said before, and you can just use one of these little tools that you can find at DT. Now, if you've seen my Chanel post, the wall art I did with the Chanel, I actually used this in the canvas and then I glued it all on top and then I put the diamonds on it. It's similar to this idea, similar concept. I don't have batteries in it, I was gonna show you, but I put all diamonds on top of the canvas and made the Chanel logo. But so anyway, so this one, I'm gonna use a drill. Now I'm just gonna show you 2 holes that I did. Now, drilling in wood, and I'm trying to remember which craft I did that. I always suggest using a smaller bit and going bigger as you go so you don't go too big. So I actually drilled these holes already. And I'm just gonna show you. So I am gonna put it on the back. Oops. So when I turn them on, now you're gonna have to plan depending on what design you wanna do. So I was able to find, I'm just trying to get this through the hole here. Sorry, I gotta flip this up here. Now it's not working for me. I'm just gonna show you the other one. I'm not gonna pull the other one through, but you'll see what I'm doing here. So I'm just gonna do the 2 headlights like this, and I'm gonna glue it on the back, and you gotta count how many. So on this string, the ones I got from Amazon.ca, the Canada site, but like I said, for pretty cheap, and they're nice and thin, that whatever project you're doing, $20 for 10 of them. So they're on this string, there's 20 lights on them. So I will do 2 holes here, put it between going here to the distance to the Christmas tree. I'm gonna lose a light, but you won't see it because the wood is thick enough. And then I'm gonna put the rest of the holes here on the Christmas tree and go down. So I will do that off camera. I will come back and show you the finished product. All right, so I just thought I'd show you the final product. So what I did on the back was I just glued it all the way around and stuck them through the holes. I did glue this upside down, so you have to take the screws and the thing just lifts off, so when you want to change the battery. I'm just gonna put a wall hanger. DT sells the little, it's kind of like jagged teeth. I was gonna put a bow or something on there, but my dad was I have a picture similar to this, and I think I'm gonna give this one to my dad because he really liked that picture. So that's what I'm gonna decide to do. I'll show you what it looks like in the dark. And let me just turn this light off. So you have the glow on the front headlights and the tree, which I find make it look really pretty. Please make sure you like and subscribe, and thank you for everybody watching. I'll hopefully try to put a video out before New Year's. If I don't, everybody please have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you guys soon. Bye.